Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to another episode of Bandwidth and Banter. In fact, we're on episode 112. I have to make an amendment. Last week on Friday, I accidentally called that one 110, but it was actually 111. But maths, numbers is hard sometimes. But I'll tell you, it was not hard interviewing the incredible and amazing Toto Kitty. She was such a sweet lady. It was so much fun chatting with her. And guys, oh my gosh, did we just get rated?
Yeah.
Wow. Hi, everybody. Welcome in, Raiders. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much. Very, very, very cool of you. So this is my co-host, Druid IRL, for Bandwidth and Banter, and we love to interview you all the wonderful Twitch people out there that we meet and find. And just like Toto Kitty from last week, we're super lucky because we get to meet lots of different interviewers from lots of different sources. One will lead to another, and that's what happened tonight too. This is the coolest thing. This is our first time having a cooking streamer on, and this amazing lady is one of the Mighty Mango Mates. So we're super stoked to have her on the show. And without further ado, Druid, finish the intro.
Serendipix!
Serendipix, let's have her on. There she is. Hi. This is awesome.
Hey.
He's getting set up. And so, Serendipix, please reintroduce yourself and share something about your stream that you would like to highlight.
Hi, I'm Serendipx. You guys can call me Seren if that's easier. Typically, I'm in here. I'm doing baking, cooking. More recently, we made a whole culinary group, and we all kind of do the same thing every month. And it's been really fun so far to see how everybody interprets like our objective for the month.
Love
cool.
that.
That's fantastic.
Super
That's
cool.
awesome. Well, first off, I want to say thank you. We're honored to have you on the show. And then I'm going to let Druid take it away with the first question.
Serendipix, please share a boring fact about yourself.
Boring fact is I'm left-handed. It's a little bit of an annoying fact too.
My stepmom's family, a bunch of them are left-handed, and so when my little sister was born, they were like trying to force her to be left-handed, and because they wanted her to be left-handed too.
That's
and
really
I was just
funny.
like,
That's the opposite of normal.
yeah. And I was like, I mean, you could try, but that's kind of mean to force her. But
yeah, it's usually the other way around. Righties want you to be a righty.
Yeah.
They always like slap my hand when I was learning like knife skills. Be like, use your right hand, but I'm left-handed. I've been left-handed for like 15 years. Like, what do you want
my
from me?
whole life.
Wow.
I've been.
Why is it sometimes annoying that you're left-handed?
Because, for example, left-handed. So Japanese blades. I used to do sushi. So Japanese blades are typically right-handed, and they cost more if they're left-handed, like significantly. And they're already very expensive. They're like hundreds of dollars. So that's one annoying part. And scissors. Scissors of a left-handed person. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even thought about that.
Yeah, because they have like slopes and stuff.
Yeah.
In like a lot of scissors.
Makes
that
sense.
are designed for right-handed people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
probably lots of computer mice are designed for left-handed people too. Huh. Interesting.
I use the right hand on the computer.
Oh. Wow.
I wonder if my aim would be better if I was left. But I've been using it right-handed for so long.
Yeah.
So.
Wild. So, Seren, how did you pick your Twitch name, serendipx, and what was the inspiration?
A long time ago, when I was a teenager, I discovered the word serendipity, and I loved it. But that was taken, and so was serendip. So I went with serendipx. as most people at that time, they add the X, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And I just couldn't come up with anything else.
No, it's cool. I
Uh-huh.
like it.
I think it's awesome. It's
Serendipity
very
is a great
marketable.
word.
Very good. Stands out.
Thanks.
I'm sorry to interject really quick. What are you baking really quick? Chat needs to know.
Yeah.
Okay, it is pie day, y'all. So I didn't want to make an actual pie, so I took some liberties, and I'm gonna make oatmeal cream pie. You know those little Debbie snacks?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make those from scratch.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
Love that.
Right on.
I love that. Because it
I'm
is
excited.
pie day. Because it is
It
pie
is.
day. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What D&D class do you consider yourself to be in real life?
I feel like I would be a multi-classer, but most practical, probably ranger.
Ooh.
I love nature. I love animals a lot, and I do put a lot of stock into like practical skills. And I tend to like kind of keep to myself. So I feel like those are all pretty ranger-esque traits.
Very, very true. That's perfect.
I love that.
More importantly, though, I would be an elf.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yes. I always
Yes.
main as an elf every video game I play that has them.
Do you have a preference on like what kind of elf?
So in Baldur's Gate, I stuck with Druid. That was fun. It's pretty tactical. I like that.
Yeah.
But in like the Warhammer games, I usually went with Ranger or Tank, which was a handmaiden. That's what they
Gotcha.
referred to that as.
I love that.
What
Druids are
inspired you
great.
to do cooking, baking streams? And tell us about the first time you knew you loved to cook and bake.
Okay. It's kind of a story. I've been around restaurants, in restaurants, literally like my whole life. My dad, he was a chef and he owned restaurants eventually. So like even really, really little, like probably single digits, I was like in the restaurant and stuff. I was definitely working when I was 12 in the restaurants. And then when I was 18, my dad had his own restaurant. And I started picking up his old chef textbooks and reading them like in the slow time of the day and like blogs and stuff. And I started baking. My dad also has a really strong background in baking too. So, yeah, I don't know, like I started doing it and I got really into it because it's kind of a very scientific, organized, and my life was very chaotic. So, and then I was in the industry until recently, really. And I got burned out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got really, really burned out. And I actually wasn't sure that I would ever want to cook or bake again.
Oh, wow.
But for some reason, I started streaming it, and it actually like I started losing my identity because food is really tied close to my identity. And then Twitch like kind of made me discover it again. So that's
I rekindled the spark, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful story. It's like a comeback story.
Come back.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you got burnt out of the industry. It can get wild from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Restaurant is very different than like the kind of food service I did or I do. So it's very different. But how many and which cosplays have you done on stream while doing a cooking and baking stream?
Oh, geez. I don't know how many, but I can name some of the ones I did. We've done Red Dead a few times.
Cool.
I love Red Dead. Oh my god, it's a good game. Red Dead 2 specifically. Arthur, you're a good man. I've done Final Fantasy VII a couple of times. Aerith, because you know I've got brown hair. Beetlejuice. That's another one I like a lot.
Wow, is there a video of that anywhere? I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think there's some clips out there. Yeah. So yeah, typically like a Lydia sort of look. And we usually make something purple and green.
Nice.
Geez, what else have I feel like we do a lot of inspired stuff and like time pieces, like period pieces. Done some like, we did a croquembouche and I did like kind of a steampunk thing for that.
Oh, I could definitely see you in a steampunk outfit. That's awesome.
It was fun, yeah. It's really fun to get into like the whole artistic side of it. Picking out your clothes and like matching it to your dish. It's kind of like art, right?
Yeah.
I love that. No, it's fun. Of course, we're snooping around and stuff, and I saw some of your clips. You were dressed up and everything, and I'm like, yes, this is so good.
It's fun, yeah. Sometimes I spend a little too much money. Whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
That haircut.
Well, speaking of food, Saren, what's your favorite comfort food to cook and or bake for yourself?
Oh, comfort food.
She's like, let me.
I always seem to go to cookies. It is both comforting to make them because I don't have to think too hard, and comforting to eat them because when you make your own cookies, doesn't matter where you go, you will never get a cookie as good as it is when it comes straight out of the oven and it's like burning your hands as you're touching it and eating.
Yes.
Like that's the best cookie you'll ever have. Doesn't matter who made it,
Yep.
Agreed.
Maybe a little bit, but
Yep. No, I love. What are your favorite? What? Do you have a specific cookie that you go for?
Big chocolate person. So anything chocolate, like a double chocolate chip cookie.
Yum.
Yum.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm curious what you guys like for cookies.
I like those brownie crackle top cookies where you have to refrigerate them and you roll them in powdered sugar, then you bake them.
I love those
ones. Love those. Those are very good.
What about you, Story? What cookies?
Man. I mean, I'll be honest, Starkey and I try and stay away from sweets, but we do indulge occasionally.
Gotcha.
For me, it would be a toss-up between, a good classic chocolate chip cookie and oatmeal raisin.
Yeah. For me, I can't eat chocolate.
Oh, okay.
I can't eat. I've determined that it's Hershey's chocolate that I can't eat because we've been doing some testing recently, and I've tried other chocolates that aren't Hershey's based, and they don't affect me as much. So I'm allergic to anything Hershey's makes, pretty much.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really losing anything.
That's true.
You gotta get yourself some Calibo.
Yeah, some good chocolate. Serendipix, what drew you to Twitch? How'd you end up here?
The pandemic, I got furloughed from my job, and I rediscovered video games. Yeah, specifically Vermintide 2, Warhammer. Yeah, I saw my fiance at the time playing it, and I was like, "What is that?" And I downloaded it myself, and I just got addicted immediately. And I was just playing it all the time. And he's like, "Hey, so if you're gonna do this all the time, could you stream it maybe? Do something productive?" And I was begrudging, and I was like, "Fine, I'll try it." Okay, and that's how.
That's beautiful.
Wow, that's awesome. What did family and friends think when you told them you planned on streaming?
I haven't really talked about it too much. So I maybe have one family member that knows, and she is super supportive. And then as far as friends, it's mostly people coworkers and stuff like that will talk about it, and they're supportive. Yeah, some of them. Some people that aren't my friends or family, if maybe someone else was speaking about it, they didn't understand what Twitch was, I guess.
Yeah.
And they thought I was something I wasn't essentially. And I was like, hey, what do you think is going on here? Like, I'm playing video games.
And I cook and
in
bake.
a turtleneck.
Right? Because everybody thinks it's all hot tub streamers. No.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, situation, but like not everything, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Just because 3 of them do it doesn't mean the rest of us do. I'm not mad at them, but my goodness gracious.
I only wear cat ears sometimes.
What struggles did you deal with when you first started streaming?
What didn't happen? I am not a tech person, so I had to learn all the tech. My fiance at the time, my husband now, he has been IT for a long time, but I want to do it myself. So I mostly learned it myself, and then I would come to him with some really dumb questions. But actually, I think the hardest part was just getting in front of the camera. I didn't do good. I basically had to take speech class 3 times. They were like, "Hey, do you need to go to counseling? What's going on?" It was bad.
Yep. Yeah.
And I didn't even take a real one. I took the one that was online. You could basically pay people to just Photoshop them in or something. I don't know. But yeah, getting in front of the camera, I had to psych myself up to do that. I would record myself doing. So the first stream I did was marshmallows. I remember this because I recorded myself 87 times making marshmallows. I will never forget that. This is marshmallows. Marshmallows are blah 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 blah. The first streams were a little rough, not gonna lie.
Yeah. My first 3 months of streaming was literally just figuring out tech the entire time, not getting anything done, just tech. So I get it.
The audio, oh my God, please OBS, never lose my audio settings, please.
It's still audio is always an ongoing forever thing.
Lighting. Ugh.
Yep. You've obviously come a long way though, because you seem natural and you're perfect in front of the camera and you have a great voice for this. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you. I'll be on later looking at myself. You're like, what did you do there?
You're fine. Since you become quite the expert, what tips can you share with future streamers?
Tips. Okay. New streamers. I would say pace yourself. This is definitely it's a marathon, not a sprint. You need to know your limits, which kind of applies throughout your entire everything, right, in life.
Yeah.
Once you know your limits, you can kind of save yourself a lot of problems, of burnout and stuff, which is probably the worst case scenario for anybody is burnout, because you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to discover my limitations. At 7-hour streams, I feel terrible afterwards. So I don't do those anymore. My brain, it's around 3 or 4, then I start fading. And people kind of want to see you have a good time, usually. People notice when you're not feeling too good anymore in your stream. And the other thing is about getting discouraged. Like I said, it is a marathon. I don't look at numbers while I'm streaming because that can be probably pretty distracting on both sides. Too little, you're like, oh, what am I doing? I'm too high. It's like, oh my God. But so it really only takes one person though. One person to change your entire situation. So at the end of the day, do numbers really matter that much? Maybe in the grand scheme, but it really only just keep doing it, because if one person notices you and that is the right person, you'll suddenly become catapulted. And this is speaking from experience in the industry, only one chef gets you a job. So, one connection. So just keep doing it.
That's
even
wonderful.
If it's slow.
Yeah.
That's some incredible advice. That's some of the
100%.
best advice we've heard from a streamer so far. That's awesome. Thank you.
Coming from a burnout, yes, ex burnout person. I know it. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Burnout. Oh.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about streaming?
The people I get to meet and like some of the really good friends that I have definitely is like really up there.
Yeah.
Had some really, really, really good connections / friends with people. And also like refinding the passion for cooking.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm actually a better chef now after Twitch and from Twitch, from the viewers and stuff motivating.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh.
it's funny you say that because I've said many times before on the stream that I feel like that Twitch helps me be like a better version of myself. So just like what you said.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't really know how you come across until maybe you see yourself too. So you're like, maybe you don't want to react a certain way, or like you're trying to,
Right.
like maybe I don't realize I'm not as happy seeming as I am on the inside because I'm like calm. So then I show more smiling on the outside. And then you feel better too. So maybe like that.
What do you enjoy most about streaming?
I just asked that question.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Yep.
There's so many things.
How long have you been playing video games, and what was the first one you ever played?
Wow. So my dad really liked video games, and he was a young dad. He was like 20. So yeah, he played a lot of video games. So the very first one I remember, I would be sitting with him and we would be playing Wolfenstein. I would be maybe like moving the guy and he'd be like aiming or whatever. My mom didn't like that. The next one I remember Doom as well and Duke Nukem. My mom really didn't like Duke Nukem.
Wait,
like,
you played Doom and Duke Nukem? You don't look old enough to play those games. Those are
I'm 35.
No way. I would.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I very distinctly remember Duke Nukem 3D, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites from back in the 90s. Nice.
It was banned, but I still played it.
Good for you.
My mom was like, yeah.
She's a rebel with a cooking pan.
Yeah, those are my earliest ones. Very nostalgic.
What is your favorite game and your least favorite game that you've played on stream?
Favorite game, Vermintide 2, for sure. I've honestly met some like really good friends. Like we've been friends for years from that game. That's crazy to me. Like I've seen pictures of like one of my friends' kids and stuff, and I was like, wow, stuff like that. They'd be like, oh, look what like they got married, they had babies. Like that's how long we've been friends.
Wow.
So that's my favorite, and my least favorite, GTFO. It's not because Oh, go on.
No, I was just please. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this.
Okay. It was a good time and very funny. It's very funny when people mess up. So I have a lot of good clips from it. But oh my God, we would be there all day, like 8 to 10 hours, and you have these checkpoints when the levels get more intense. And if you leave the game though, like you lose your progress. So I'd feel like obligated to be there all day, trying to finish D4 or whatever it was. And I just couldn't do that anymore. My fiance would be like, can we eat now?
Wow. That sounds hard.
It's only 2 a.m. Yeah, it was a very challenging game. Oh my God.
Well, just to be able to keep it up for that long too. I didn't realize it's literally designed such that you can't save and pick up where you started to continue your progress. You got to start over from scratch.
So there's levels, and when you complete the level, it unlocks the next level.
Oh, I see. I got you.
And yeah, you go from A to F or whatever it is, and the individual level won't change. Won't save progress, and some of those levels are so incredibly long. That was my problem with it.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for clearing that up. I'll have to check it out. I've honestly never seen the game.
You got 12 hours to kill.
Switching gears a little bit, Saren, how did you find and join the Mighty Mango Mates? What's your story there?
EPS. I knew Epsians. Yeah.
We love the Eps man.
Yes, he's awesome. He came in my stream, and I actually remember this too. I feel like the first time I met him, he commented. He said, "And look, it says hell. We're in hell." You guys probably can't see that, but it says hello, and I said that to him. But I didn't know it said hell, and I had been streaming for a while, and I was like, man, all these people coming in, they see hell.
That's funny.
But yeah, he kindly made sure I knew that, and then from there we just became friends, and he invited me, to the Mighty Mangoes, and I knew Homie, Tan, Cozy, like I was in their streams and stuff, so like everybody's really nice. Everybody's very supportive, and I just was like, okay, be nice and supportive.
I just shout out to the Mighty Mangoes, man.
Yes, agreed. Thank the lords of fate that we found them.
Yeah, this is such a good group.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the mangoes in there going crazy. Saren, please tell us about your fearsome nickname in the kitchen.
Say it one more time.
Please tell us about your fearsome nickname in the kitchen.
Fearsome nickname?
We heard that you have a nickname.
Yeah, it might have blood in it somewhere.
Oh, blood. We're not supposed to talk about that in public.
Oh no!
Jeez. Yeah, we can't talk about that. But
okay.
Yeah, there is it's a whole thing, you know.
Oh no, okay.
We blooded. But the other nickname, interestingly, was Princess. So I guess we got that. I don't know. That's just something they like to say to. I was the only girl cook, so I guess naturally.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, all right, well, you're calling that guy. I won't say that word on here, but like it's better than that. What do you call that guy? I'll say
I know how chefs talk in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, we won't say that word here. We'll keep it, R.
Keep it kosher.
Gotcha. Well, switching gears a little bit here then again, please share a little bit about your fur baby that we got to see earlier before chat.
I think the fur baby's actually hiding in the corner, maybe. I think there was a
You saw movement?
There was a cat spotting. There was a cat spotting like the windowsill corner, maybe?
Oh, she snuck in. The gate's closed. Kitty! So you probably are talking about Evie. I have a few cats. But yeah, that's Evie. She's the baby. Very codependent. I spent a lot of my time with her during the pandemic, like every waking moment. And she'd come to the shower and I was like, this is great. I'm lonely too. And now it's like, what, can I eat, please? She'll be like in my face, like. So yeah, Evie.
That's Evie, huh?
That's my favorite Pokemon, yeah.
Wow.
I love Eevees too. You have 3 cats, you said?
Yeah. So I have a black and orange tortie. Her name is Alma. She's like the queen. My mom calls her Queen of Sheba. And we got the orange guy. He's big. And his name is Claus.
Claus.
Claus, yes. He used to scratch everything.
Is his nickname Santa? Sorry.
Might as well be. But he is not jolly.
He's not.
At all.
So his nickname
Very
is
not
fitting.
jolly.
He's vicious.
He just doesn't want to be messed with. Don't even look at him sometimes. Leave him alone. He'll come to you. He'll call you. Don't call him.
That's so great. I mean, he has firm boundaries, man. Gotta respect that.
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge you and the Kitchen Gladiators have accomplished on or off stream?
Biggest challenge? Oh, probably the souffle one was the one that we all were like, some of us had to do it twice. I know I did mine twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, souffles were really technical. But it was cool. Everybody really showed up. It was like amazing. Like even, so if we had to do a second one, usually the second one was good. So learned a lot from that one.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on who and what the Kitchen Gladiators is for our audience?
Oh, yeah. So the culinary group itself is called The Labyrinth. So a lot of my stuff is based on Minotaurs, which is a Vermintide 2 reference. Beastmen and stuff like that's from there. So since I started out streaming that, a lot of my emotes and stuff are little Minotaurs. And I really like mythology. So we called it The Labyrinth. So every month we go into this culinary labyrinth. There is an objective to complete. And basically you have to bake your way out of it. And if you want to get out of the Minotaur's clutches, you must feed him the objective. He will let you go.
That's awesome. I love that.
That is fantastic.
Wow.
You should see the art requests I put out there. I'm like, hey, can you do this? But like, with a cupcake and a Minotaur. And they're like, my uncle's like, tired of me at this point.
or a Minotaur named Cupcake.
Yes.
I was curious because I was just like, she's a bunch of cute cow stuff, but it is a Minotaur. I apologize.
I love it.
It's so cute.
He is cute. That artist did a good job. I'll be back. Let me turn on the oven. I'm hearing you though.
Gotta turn on that oven.
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
So here's a fun question. If you would be reborn as any pastry, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, scary. Yeah, this is like you're asking the real questions. A real ink blot test question here. Sheesh. I really love a good opera cake. That's classy right there. That's a classy pastry and opera cake. That's like chocolate and coffee and has layers, got a crunchy layer, so you've got like multiple complexities going on. Not no. Well, okay. I don't know what kind of curse. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I love that though. Opera cakes are yummy.
Yes, so good.
Okay, so we are coming down to the last 3 main questions of the main portion of the interview. And as we're getting down to these last 3, if anybody has any questions for serendipx, please feel free to throw them in chat. I will save them. I have quite a few saved up already. While you guys are thinking about what questions to say, you can also just click that link and go and follow. I will post a couple more in case you miss it. I know there's never enough in chat, so but we are down to the last 3. These are some silly fun ones. Um, serendipx, what is the weirdest sleeping dream you've ever had that you're willing to share with the class?
How long you got?
Hey, we're doing fine on time, so as long as you want.
Where do I begin? There's so many. One day I will write a book, short stories. I'll be the next Stephen King.
Let's do it.
Ooh. Now I'm really intrigued. What's the first one that comes to mind?
Well, I was Indiana Jones, and
Oh, yeah.
but myself. I just had the hat
Oh.
in
The most important part is the hat.
But instead of the cave situation, it was the 40K universe. the Warhammer 40K universe.
Yeah.
And it was a chaos spawn instead of a boulder.
Wow.
With a very huge eyeball. Just tentacles rolling everywhere. I don't remember how I got out of that though. But that is one of a few.
I
We
mean,
have I was studying organic chemistry when I was in college. And I was studying it so much that I started having dreams about organic chemistry. So like a pandemic situation, this is before the pandemic, by the way. And I have to now find a cure. And I even came up with my own organic molecule. It does not exist. As from what I know. Tert butyl oxide -3. That was the cure. But it was kind of like a spaghetti western, so
I love
well.
that.
that's
Tell me about hats.
amazing.
I guess
Holy
I really
crap.
like hats.
Wow. Those are some of the coolest, wildest dreams we've heard.
Oh,
I love hearing about dreams because, again, I don't dream. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's so crazy.
Never?
No, I never remember any of my dreams ever.
what about you know what? I hear that nightmares. You can get nightmares from cheese pizza if you eat it right before bed. I heard that.
You know she's gonna go try it now.
You gonna try it? Melatonin. You know what really messes me up? NyQuil.
Oh, God.
NyQuil. Some of the weirdest dreams, not dreams, I've ever had.
So, Saren, if you could be any superhero, which one would you choose and why?
Wow. That's tough. Because there's so much cool stuff out there. I'm just gonna say the first one that comes to mind for some reason. I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but Star-Lord would be cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
He seems like a great guy, and he's got a lot of charisma, like natural, effortless humor, charisma, like all the things that I have to work really hard at. And he seems like a genuinely decent person. But I didn't read all the comics, so there could be some things I don't know. But based on the movies, I like Star-Lord, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
He's got
That's
a good group of friends too.
a great answer. And honestly, though, I don't know why you're underconfident about your Riz, because you're very charismatic.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. I do well under pressure, which is the weird part. Brain turns off. But before that, though.
I can tell the druid's enthralled by watching what you're doing.
No, I was just double checking to make sure I got all of chat's questions.
Okay.
So that's what I was doing. I apologize. So this is the last question of our main interview portion. This is one of those either or. If you pick one, the other one disappears from all of existence. So it's a very important one.
Yep. And I'm going to step in and say I came up with this one. So if you want to blame somebody, you can blame me.
Okay. All right.
Cumin or oregano?
Oh, that's rude.
I had a feeling it would be.
That's a very rude question. How dare you? Oh.
You want
See, the thing is,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you tell me. Do I get an extra? Do I get some leeway? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was
No,
going to say that
unfortunately.
the reason I came up with this is because I can't eat either one of them. Both of them really bother my GERD. So,
Oh no!
yeah.
Oh my mom has that. That's tough. Oh my gosh. So I
So he
use
wants-
oregano often.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I like cumin more. I like Middle Eastern stuff more. So I guess I'll have to go with that. Bye bye oregano. I guess we'll have to use basil instead.
Honestly, same. He can't have those, and I'm like, I would pick cumin too. I
Yeah.
put cumin on just so many things because I just love it.
It's a good complex flavor, you know?
Yeah. If it didn't bother my tummy so much, I would totally put it on just about everything too. I agree. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Jeez. I'm gonna grab these other cookies. So I had done a little test batch.
Ooh.
This dough. Ooh. So I was some of these. They're so cute.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, I don't mean to take over.
No. This is
It's
part
okay.
of this is us
No.
trying to highlight you, and this is what you do on your stream. So this is perfect.
This
Okay.
is absolutely perfect.
So don't worry, chat. You'll get to see the cookies. They're here.
Are you gonna eat one?
I mean, I could. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try one.
Wow, Chad has gone bonkers. I was gonna say ape poop with the
People love
questions, which
cookies.
is great. So, Epsilon asks, if you can face any chef on Chopped, who would it be?
Oh my god. What? Oh my god, an easy person so I can win. Just kidding. Oh, too many. I would want it to be a savory chef. Gordon Ramsay. That'd be so funny. Right there. He'd be like yelling at me from across the kitchen. He'd be like, "Your knife! You're not holding the knife right. You are left-handed." Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. I'm going to say Gordon Ramsay just for fun. He's
Yeah.
gonna kick my butt, though. That is for sure. I'll be like, Gordon Ramsay, you want to join Kitchen Gladiators? Gordon Ramsay. Join that TV.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
great. Let's make that happen. So, everybody, get out your phones and go onto Twitter.
At Gordon Ramsay.
At Gordon Ramsay. Join us.
Feed the minnow.
Do it. You have to feed the Minotaur. You have to do it. I'm gonna apologize right now. I'm gonna butcher this name so bad. I'm very sorry, but you know, Malcara Darkwell, Malcara. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tell me how to say your name in chat. Does serendipx play TTRPGs? Question mark.
That is a great question. I love that.
Oh, I would have said no, but recently I did pick. I didn't even know what a TTRPG was, and so I started playing this. Rogue Trader. It's another Warhammer 40k one. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's very demanding of your mental capacities. So maybe that's all TTRPGs though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much going on and reading and the lore. I've learned so much things about Battle Sisters from this game. I'm gonna write a dark fantasy 40k romance novel. Battle Sister.
Let's go.
2028.
Let's go.
So, No Porn asks, are there any genre of games you watch but don't play or would like to play?
Okay, I do have a friend that streams games for me sometimes that I don't have the patience to play, which is literally any single player game. I don't have the patience. I'm a co-op person only. I've downloaded a few games and Then I bought them for someone else. I was like, hey, I need you to play this game for me, and I'll just watch it. Because I was like, I want to see it, but I don't want to do it.
Interesting.
I saw L.A. Noire recently. Have you guys heard of that one?
Oh yeah, Starkey and I played that one on the PS3, I think.
Yeah, it's so good. Press X.
It was really
X it
good.
out. They made Red Dead too. That's the same company.
No wonder that both games are so, deep and complex.
Yes.
So I was watching, this is before Twitch and like Red Dead came out, like for me, like pre-Twitch, and Fate was playing Red Dead on his PlayStation, just like in the living room. So of course, like, we're watching it, he like just got the game, and Arthur coughed, and I'm like, one time, this like in the beginning of the game, I'm sorry if you guys haven't played, but spoiler alert, I called how he died in the
Oh, you knew?
I was just like, he's gonna die from tuberculosis.
I was in denial even after like we saw the gravestone. I was like, he's out there. He's not dead. He's wandering around.
Yep. Well, because somebody coughed on Arthur, and then Arthur started coughing, and I'm like, tuberculosis. It's that time period, and he's just like, no way. That's not. They're not gonna kill off Arthur, and he died.
The main guy.
And he's just like, I hate that you called that. And I'm like, just going off of history, man. I'm sorry.
I was so upset by that. Yeah.
White Seer Gaming asks, what's serendipx favorite world cuisine?
And I can only pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of a few if you want.
Okay. Probably if I could only have one cuisine, I would go with Vietnamese. Because it's like, it's not bad to eat that every day. It's a lot of grilled meats with rice. Pho is very good for you. It's like a bone broth and rice noodles and the beef, and you can put like all the gelatin in there and stuff, the cartilage. So that's definitely top tier. I like Thai food a lot because I love spicy food. Yeah, I don't know if I could survive without spicy food. I eat it literally every day.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, I would probably say those are, and Middle Eastern is like up there too. Shawarma, stuff like that. I like that.
Right on. It's Sammy asks.
I'm so sorry. I is spoiled for both White Seer and BT. I am sorry, guys.
And me too.
It's okay. He lives in our hearts.
I won't. I'll kind of delete it from my memory. We'll be fine. It's Sammy asks, who would you like to do a baking collab with?
Anybody? Oh, Gordon Ramsay, is that an option? Gordon, are you out there? Yeah, I mean, if we're talking like celebrities, oh my god, Gordon would be great. Alton Brown, I saw him in concert like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Concert. It wasn't necessarily a concert, it was a show. But and I got to say one line to him. I got to ask him a question. That was cool.
Ooh,
yeah,
love that.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Yeah, a decent guy. You know, sometimes like they say don't meet your heroes. I didn't feel that way. I felt like he was good, authentic person.
That's awesome.
Snarky, but like that's his whole demeanor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So one of those two, I would say.
Cozy had a quick follow up. What did you ask? What did you ask him?
I asked him, what flavor profile should I make my wedding cake? And he said, vanilla with lemon. So I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to make it.
Woo!
That sounds yummy. That sounds delicious.
And then he also asked, why are you doing that? I was like, I didn't expect a question, Max, so I was like not prepared. It took me like 20 minutes just to like raise my hand. So I was like, oh, because I can, because that's who I am. He's like, oh, okay. Next.
So I had a question pop into my head. I'm going to interject into these questions that folks have already asked. And that's since you obviously bake and cook a lot, what's your secret to staying so thin? You just feed it to everybody else but yourself? Like,
Camera angles. Just kidding. You know what? Okay, so I'll have a craving for something, but I can have a few bites of it, and the craving goes away. I don't need to have all the cookies that I made, and I just like to give them to people. So I'm not necessarily a lot of the stuff that I'm making, and I don't like a lot of sweet stuff either. And I'm mindful about what I eat in the week. So I do eat a lot of like meats, and with a little bit of rice, and broccoli is like a daily thing. And I also have I care a lot about things like my flour. So like actually I have a lot of flour back here. You guys might not be able to see, but yeah, there's like all these brands of flours, but they have something in common, and it's that they're not like the stuff from Publix or the supermarket. Like this one's from Italy, and it's because they treat their flours a little differently. We have some additives in our stuff, and yeah, like it might not be so good, for your metabolism and stuff like that. So that might help, is that I'm using like those nice flours and stuff.
Yeah,
at least a little bit.
Thank you for the tips.
Sugar, but... Oh yeah, I can talk flour all day.
Dead Egos asks, question, do you have a starter yeast you keep? Do you have
I do. Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yay!
A little small right now. I don't need it for this right exact moment. So yeah, this is Aphrodite.
I love it.
Yes, Aphrodite. She's doing quite well. I think I got that starter. I got it originally from someone else, and they said it was like 50 years old. And then I had my own starter, because starters take a while. They take like over a month to start your own. Basically, start out with bad bacteria, and then it becomes good bacteria. So you can't necessarily eat it at that point. So I had those two items, but I needed to bake sourdough now. So I bought that one. And then eventually, after a few months, I combined them. So it's now my own hybrid
That's cool.
sourdough.
I love that.
That's fascinating. So Naomi asks, from Tater, what would you eat for your last meal?
Last meal. I'm going to pop these in the oven. I'm going to think about that in a moment, because that is the question.
The question.
the question. Okay, well, I love chocolate. Yeah, it has to be chocolate. Okay, I got an idea. Not really realistic, but my dad gave me this chocolate donut once that he made. It was a very long time ago, to the point where I don't really remember much else, just that I was in this kitchen at a restaurant, and it was before service, and there was this white bag. My dad was shaking the donuts he just made, and he handed me a donut. And that was actually, I think, maybe the best thing I've ever had. But I don't know how to make it. So... That is my answer, though. That chocolate donut.
Heck yeah. Caffeinated Zombie asks, serendipx, what is the most difficult baked good you have done?
Should I set a timer? I'm sorry, what?
Because I know baking is so much more technical and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So the most difficult thing I've made. Let's say macarons. Probably the hardest to get right every time. Because maybe you have this, like, you have a good batch, and then every other sheet pan is like cracked and hollow and etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I think macarons might be the most difficult thing to get down correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Or a meringue in like in a 98-degree kitchen. That's a hard one to do in a 98-degree kitchen when like the AC is broken. That might be the most difficult.
Yeah. Gross.
So I'm going to skip fronties since that was the same question that Naomi Tantan asked. But crawdut, is that crawdult? Is that an L or an I? I can't tell from here.
Crawdult.
Yeah.
All right. Crawdult asks, what you making?
Hello, Crawdult. We're making whoopie pies. Whoopie pies. We're not making whoopie pies. Sorry. Obviously, that's what I want to eat. But we're making oatmeal cream pies. Very close.
Pie day.
Yeah, for Pie Day. I know it's not a true pie, but this is, you know what? This is what I want to do. So this is what we're doing.
That is the correct answer. It's what I wanted, so that's what we're doing.
That's always the best answer.
Why do I keep getting the really hard names that I'm not sure how to pronounce?
You want to go down and do Epsis, and I'll do the next one?
Epsilon asks, question, what's your favorite animated movie?
Oh. Does okay, so do all the Pixar movies count as animated movies?
Yeah,
yes.
all animated.
Anything?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. Because I can say like what my favorite Disney princess movie is, which is Mulan.
Okay.
Yes.
Star Kitties is the same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, strong female lead. Historical-ish. Esque.
Has the hint of it, yeah.
Yeah. Someone named Mulan lived.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't know how else to answer that because there's just so many. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say Cyberpunk for a second, but that was a show. That was a good show, though.
You're allowed to answer these questions however you feel is right.
That's right.
If you want to say a show.
There is no wrong
Edge
answer
Runners
here.
Coming to mind. Yeah, Edge Runners was really good, that show. Sad, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But good. We won't ruin that one. Sorry, Chet. we'll leave it at
that. Zimblanix asked, I think I got that right, either Zimblanix or Zimblonix. Would you give up fresh bread for a year for a flour mill?
Wait, what kind of like evil saw question is that?
I was wondering that myself.
That's truly like, do I even remember bread at that point? Like, what's the point? Bread. Am I even alive after 1 year with no bread? I don't think so. So I guess I have to take the bread. I have to keep it. Sorry, flour mill. I'll buy you myself.
I'm afraid I'll buy myself.
I don't take demands from the. We don't negotiate terrorists.
Look, Druid, you got another Malkara question.
I was about to be like, I can pronounce this now. Malkara Darkwell asks, would you rather choose to have a specific superhero to be? Oh, would you rather? Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna read it verbatim. I'm so sorry. Would you rather choose to have a specific superhero to be, or choose powers to have? So would you rather choose to be the hero, or would you rather just pick some superpowers?
Oh, I'm stuck with myself though. If I choose the superpowers, I have to be me.
That's not a bad thing at all.
Else. Let me somebody. I don't need this anxiety. Who goes someone very chill, unbothered person, we'll pick them, like Star-Lord.
Like Star-Lord. Okay. All right. So
He seems
that's
very unbothered.
so obviously she would pick the superhero route, which is totally a valid answer.
Even though all of the Mighty Mangoes are going to revolt at how you started your response.
Cozy
Yeah,
asks,
no.
what 3 video game characters would you have over for a dinner party?
Ooh. Man, you guys are digging deep here.
Mhm.
I only get 3. Sheesh. Arthur. Arthur.
Again, I'm sorry.
We're inviting him, and we'll invite Dutch too.
That's 2.
And a Pinkerton.
So they're all from the same game. That's funny.
we're gonna have a very interesting dinner.
What would you make them?
We can't guarantee that
What would
that will be bloodless, right?
What would you make them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's a good question.
something controversial, right?
Yeah.
The vegetarian meal.
Wow, they haven't seen too much because they're in the Western days. During the Red Den streams, I did a lot of research on old school cooking. Man, they did not have a lot. Let me tell you. They had like oats and water.
Mhm.
Man, we gotta expand their palates a little bit, huh? Oof. Gonna do some Michelin star stuff. We're gonna do like a 12-course dinner. It'll be like The Menu. Did you guys see that movie?
I have not yet. I have not yet. I have it queued up to watch. I just haven't had a chance. It looks.
It'll be like The Menu, but the crazies will be, Dutch and the Pinkerton.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
It'd be a really good dessert, though.
Just give them everything that they deserve. All the
Yeah.
yummy things.
Yeah, we'll have like chocolate caviar. All right, I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful.
Very invested in this.
No, I love it so much. Banana Tom asks, where's your favorite type of curry from?
I like coconut green curry the most at this time.
So
Thai.
like Thai curries primarily then?
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah, primarily, but that's because I haven't done enough of the other countries' curries, like Indian. I do like Indian food too, but I don't feel like I'm well versed enough in it yet.
Gotcha. Star Kitty makes the most amazing Thai curry that I've ever eaten.
Ooh,
My favorite
very
food.
nice.
That would be my last meal is Star Kitty's Thai curry.
Aw, I like that. I bet she likes that too.
I'm gonna have to bug her to make it. She hasn't made it in a while. I'll trade her. I'll say I'll make your favorite dish if you make this.
What's her favorite dish?
Her favorite dish, I would say it's probably gonna be spaghetti. Some kind of
Okay, that's fair.
kind of pasta.
Yeah. Like meatballs or?
I think she typically like me. She likes meat sauce as opposed to meatballs. But I mean, it's not like
That is fair.
if somebody handed her a plate of spaghetti and meatballs, she would not eat it. It's like.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, do you have any tips for making the perfect pancakes from scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're doing.
I have made quite a few pancakes. I can actually send you a recipe or tag you in the. Yeah, I could send you a recipe or tag you in the Discord because there's a sourdough recipe that I like, but you could sub flour and liquid if you don't have sourdough. Or you could spend 2 months making one. I mean, do you want the perfect pancakes?
I mean, I think wait.
How committed are you?
Hold on, I'm pretty committed to the bit. I don't have 2 whole months though, but I think I know somebody that has a sourdough starter. But I am committed enough to the bit. I'm picking on Stormy.
Yes,
currently.
she's picking on me. She's using this as a segue to interject that I once did a
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
mhm.
It was just
Well,
gonna
now
be for the select few
curious.
people that know.
For my when I hit my 500 followers, it was 500 followers and 100 subs. Is what I had set as a goal, and at that time when we hit it, I said, okay, I'll do what you guys want, and they wanted me to do a maid cosplay, and so that's what I did.
Very
And
nice.
he made pancakes.
And I made pancakes for Star Kitty in a maid costume, and it's still on YouTube.
It
Oh,
is
okay. I
on-
will be looking at that later. I will check that out.
It's very good. I
Color
love
me
it.
intrigued.
I just, you know.
Or were the pancakes good? More importantly.
No, it was my first time ever making them, so no.
Oh,
They weren't
feel like-
awful. They were edible. They just were a little bit overcooked.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just
okay.
it was really just the temperature of the pan.
Yeah.
It just was too hot.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so we had like dark pancakes, but raw inside kind of thing going on. Oh,
They
yeah.
weren't raw inside. They were done inside, but they were pretty. They were basically burnt on the outside.
Okay, yeah.
I always burn my pancakes when I do them on like a stovetop. But now that I also have like one of those like plug in where you can
Mhm.
like have the temperature,
Yeah.
those things have made things
What's funny is that's what I was using, but I still didn't set the temperature at the right amount. Oh wow, look at those! By the way, I see now that you have made basically the macaroon there, right? That's what it's called. Or not macaroon, but
These are those
Debbie's
oatmeal
pies, right?
pies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They feel good. They look good.
Have you tried one yet? I mean, I guess
Not
I
yet.
haven't seen you, so obviously the answer is no. Ooh, look at that. Oh,
They smell pretty
Spuddy
good.
asks a question here. Is there a food or cooking recipe trope in movies or TV that you can't stand?
I think it's a little interesting how glamorous they make chefs look. I'm like, damn. Oh, sorry. Where are all these people? Okay. Damn. Where are all these people at? I've never seen anybody that looks like that. She's got on like red, like bright red lipstick. Her hair is down. She's wearing heels. She's like wearing high heels, like on the grill. I'm like, oh my God, like what is that? Meanwhile, I'm like, it's like 4 a.m. I got 1 hour of sleep last night because we went to the bar and we got drunk. I'm still a little, kidding. That wasn't me. That might have been somebody else. But, it's a mess. And, your hair's like, you don't look like that. The bear was pretty good, though. Speaking on the flip side, pretty good. But nobody was going around accidentally stabbing people necessarily. That was intentional if that happened at that point. No accidents. So I thought that was a little far-fetched.
So I happened to see in our investigations that you were planning on writing a cookbook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one day, 2032 maybe?
Perfect. I love that. But what type of recipes would you put in there?
Good question.
She's like,
we're going to the
"Good
council
question,
right
that's my
now. Yeah. Oh, Brittany, what are we doing? I ask myself that every day. To see how many times I change like the stream agenda. Be like 5 minutes before, I don't want cookies. I want stream's an hour late today because we had to go to the farmer's market and find, exotic fruit.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's a good question, but I do think it will be fusion because that kind of is my shtick, is taking the best of different cultures and combining them in food because, man, there's some really good spices. So there's some really good Middle Eastern spices, and then the French have the technique down, So combine those two items. There's some cool stuff you can make.
Yum.
Yeah, there's a local place here that does curry pizza, like Indian curry and pizza mixed. And
Oh my God.
yeah, like unfortunately, I can't partake because Indian food has so much cumin in it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Jeez. Yeah. I-
Melcara Darkwell, are those pies better fresh or after they've had time to cool?
I don't know. I've never made these before. We'll find out.
Ooh.
Usually, though, rule of thumb, cookies are best if the batter gets to rest for a day. So if your cookies taste flat, put them in the fridge, let the batter rest, and then bake them next day. They will taste a little better. The flavors, the caramelization. No, they're not caramelizing. But you know what I mean. The flavors marry.
Oh man, that's a great question. I'm gonna jump ahead, and you're gonna get no Forn's question, Drew, because I'm gonna be greedy and steal Caffeinated Zombies. Caffeinated Zombie asks, "Have you ever made a D&D themed baked good?"
Oh, actually, something very close. So I would say fantasy Warhammer is like really close to D&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did something called a Dark Elf Treme. It is on Instagram, but it's like this purple. It was like a chocolate blackberry layered cake, and there was purple mousse, which was blackberry mousse, and chocolate cake. I made a chocolate twigs, which is kind of a neat technique. You take ice, and you take I think water or vodka, and you put the chocolate, you pipe it, and it immediately becomes like twig-like shaped, and you pull it out. And a matcha crumble on the plate.
Ooh.
So I would say that is probably the closest D&D themed item.
That sounds amazing. Damn.
It was a fun stream.
I would pay to eat that.
No Foreign asks, what's your favorite anime? What's your favorite anime, and why is it Food Wars?
What's my favorite anime and why is it Food Wars? That actually is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah.
But what is your favorite?
Oh, you're an anime fan too? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I love anime. I feel like it's a very I have eras, anime eras. So right now I'm really into a restaurant from another universe. It is a cooking anime.
It's a great
you
one.
guys see
Starkity and I
Delicious?
watched that.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you watched
so
it?
good.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that anime, and a lot of people don't have patience for it because it's very cozy, very slow kind of. But I love it, and
it makes
the
you
food looks
hungry
amazing.
when you watch it.
Cozy. It's similar to Delicious and Dungeon without as much dungeon, I would say.
Yeah. It's really focused on the cooking and the relationships, and the dishes and the restaurant itself. And I loved it. Like Starkity and I loved it.
Really good. I recently finished Way of the House Husband. That was a good one as well. That's on
Starby's
Netflix.
going flipping through his Rolodex right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've seen that one, Way of the House Husband. I don't know.
Oh, you should watch it. It's funny and cute, kind of cozy too. It's like a guy that's ex-Yakuza. He fell in love with his wife and got out of the gang life, and now he's a house husband, but he keeps getting bothered by ex-gang members, and all he wants to do is clip his coupons. And he's at war with the cat sometimes. It's just funny. It's goofy. Yeah, there's just so many.
Cozy stuff is cute.
Yeah. What do you guys like anime wise, if I can ask?
I've watched 3 anime.
Okay.
I'm really bad at watching stuff.
Yeah.
So
she's watched 3 anime. I watch about 3 anime a day.
I I have a rule, like it can't be too many episodes. I
Mm.
can't do that. You know what's good? Sailor Moon. That's a classic. OG.
I've seen
Mm.
Sailor Moon. I've seen some episodes of Sailor Moon. I have seen that.
Right on.
I did get bullied into watching Delicious in Dungeon, so I were like halfway through that.
Oh, you're watching it. Okay.
Yeah.
What's
That
a
was
current
something right.
anime that you're watching right now?
I am watching that restaurant in another universe one currently. I feel like I've been watching it for years, literally, because like I'll kind of like I like to watch it if I feel like my life is chaotic or stressful, and it calms me.
Right.
Like at the so I'm taking my time with it. It's a
Mhm.
treat.
I love that.
What else? I feel like Zemblanix can answer this question. He's like, we're watching a million things. What else are you watching, Zemblanix? Yeah, I don't know what else I'm currently watching besides that one. I don't get a lot of TV in, to be honest.
Zimblanix says Saren is a serial anime starter, but not a finisher.
Yeah. Yeah, we did start a Fate. Do you know Fate, like Zero, Fate Stay Night?
Yeah, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, those are good ones.
I actually, those are definitely my top ones. I've cosplayed as Rin a couple of times.
Ooh, I can see that. That's yeah, you would totally
Basically
do
anybody
her.
that has brown hair. That's my like go-to thing, because I'm like, I don't feel like wearing a wig. But so yeah, I really like those. And they have one that I just found called a Fake. And I started watching it, but they left it at 2 episodes, and then I realized it's like dated from 5 years ago. I'm like, oh great. We're never gonna get to see this one.
Yeah, I have that queued up, but for the same reason I haven't watched it, because I'm like, it's only 2 episodes. They better be like hour-long episodes.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Don't do it.
So there was another one that we glossed
Caffeinated
over.
zombie.
I guess Caffeinated Zombie asks, have you made any anime-themed baked goods or food from an anime?
So, okay. I directly, I'm drawing a bit of a blank actually right now, but I want to do it. I wanted to do like the Food Wars food,
Ooh,
and I
yeah,
want to do the restaurant from another universe food.
right on.
It's like on the list, right?
I would totally show up for your streams and show up in your city just to try the food from the restaurant from another universe. It's so like watching that anime made me so hungry.
Yeah. You can join me on stream. You can bring the maid outfit, because you know the servers are the maids. They wear those little outfits.
That was a one
I've
and
been
done
trying to
kind of
figure out,
thing.
I'm like trying to figure out like, how can I wear that but like not weirdly? Because I want to like do the theme. I'll be the chef instead. I'll just wear the the white, the toque and everything or whatever.
Beautiful.
Hey, Drew, you can take both of Ridiana's questions.
So Ridiana asks, question 1, what's your favorite item to cook / make? Question 2, what's the most complex thing you've made, which you have asked, that has been asked and answered?
Yeah, but she might have missed it.
Yeah. No,
I think she said macaroon and souffle is.
So macaron is the hardest individual item to make, I feel. But the most complicated items are those like when you have like entremets. Entremets are layered desserts, and they have like, you have so many mousses, you have glazes, you have garnishes, and you're spending days making them. That would be the most complicated thing that I've ever made, just because there's so many moving parts to it, and trying to do that on stream is kind of hard too. Favorite thing, I think we did, cookies, right? Just because it's kind of like chill, and I don't have to think too hard. But I also enjoy making anything that's new that I haven't made before, because it's interesting to me. I get bored a little bit sometimes.
Hmm.
Here's our
Yeah, cookies are so good.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys at some point.
Yeah,
Of
go for it.
course.
Okay. Well, I had actually came up with this question before. I didn't know about the acid reflux thing. So pardon this question, but I was going to ask, what is like your favorite pastry / baked good in general?
Oh, how's that related to the GERD thing?
I wasn't sure if you still kind of eat the sugary stuff too much.
Oh,
don't
well, we
wanna-
try and stay away from sweets just to try and be healthy. The sweets don't typically bother my GERD. And I
okay,
even eat
cool.
spicy foods as long as they don't have onions, cumin, oregano are the main culprits. If they don't have those in there, I'm
Ooh,
usually
okay.
okay. But to
I'm happy
answer
to
your
hear that.
question, baked goods. I mean, like a sweet baked good or any kind of like.
Any. Yeah, savory or sweet.
Ooh,
Um,
oh no.
That's hard.
Okay, I have an answer.
Go ahead.
So right next to the coffee shop that I work at, there's this like super fancy bakery next door. And they sell these Scotch eggs with a curry ketchup on top. And like it's not, but it's instead of like rolled in breadcrumbs, it's like baked in a pastry cup. So it's just like the egg with the meat in a pastry cup and then topped with this curry ketchup, and it's so good.
Sounds really good.
It's so good.
I like that.
I think I have an answer. Like one of those, thick cake brownies that has dark chocolate chips in it. would probably be-
Ooh, okay. Fair enough. Wait, so do you like a fudgy brownie or a cakey brownie?
I like it to be fluffy, but I like fudge flavoring for sure. The fudgy. So I would say somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I
I'm
love
a fudgy brownie person.
I like thick fudgy brownies.
Edge pieces. Yes. Chewy.
Because you have to have the crisp. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, with
So good.
marshmallows.
With marshmallow.
Can't bake them in there; they melt. But you take them out, and then you put the marshmallows in there. You toast them with your torch. Very good. That's my favorite brownie.
So sadly, the time has already flown by, so we need to start wrapping up. But I would love to hear one more thing from the lovely and amazing serendipx. Share one thing about you and your stream that's not cooking or game related.
Think about my stream. Okay. Well, I do like to I guess I like to show that it's okay to make mistakes. I know this kind of plays into it does play into the food a little bit, but like I will make things and I might not know how to make them, but I'm showing people what's happening and trying not to. Sometimes I get a little upset, but I'm trying like, hey, that's okay. And like everybody messes up, professionals, ex-professionals, whatever. They've done this before, but you can still make mistakes. It's fine. Like everybody messes up. I love seeing online when sounds bad. I love when chefs mess up online because it makes me feel like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really reflect that much on you.
Right on. And mistakes are how you learn. So
yeah,
I think that's
Exactly.
wonderful. That's we got she's not only a chef, she's also a Zen master.
sounds like.
Well, I have to say this has been one of the most delightful episodes. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to have you, serendipx, and you have a wonderful evening.
It was. Thank you guys. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me, and it was great talking to you and asking you questions as well here and there.
You bet.
Yeah, of course. No, we
All right.
appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you in the river of Twitch.
All right. Good. Bye, everybody.
Wow. She's so cute and adorable and sweet and wise. Oh my gosh. I'm super stoked that we got to have her on the show. Amazing.
Yeah.
And now I'm just so hungry because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I know you haven't either. Now I want to eat everything that she put out on there. And I want to thank the Mighty Mango Mates for supporting your amazing friend and for sharing her with us.
Yeah, and I know we didn't get nobody told, like, we didn't find out how those the cream pies tasted, So you're going to have to go over to her channel and ask her. Oh no.
That's right.
You have to go over there and
we didn't do that on purpose, I promise.
Just oh no. So you guys are left on a cliffhanger. I guess you're going to have to go check her out to figure out how it tasted. So thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you all.
Indeed. All right. You ready to wrap this up with a bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for coming to the show.
Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below.
And if you're listening to the podcast,
please rate and review the episode.
We're Bandwidth
and Banter.
Thank you.
And good night.
Bye.